And with that, we are now completely audible. And I'll just go ahead and waste no time and switch over to the retro layout. Makes me sad every time I think about it. And I might have to fix the window. For some reason this particular client gets weird with OBS. I have to resize it. Oh, you changed your shirt. I just noticed you changed your shirt.
Yeah, I thought, why not? You know, I shouldn't wear the same shirt too many days in a row. It gets a stank to it.
I have to kind of look at close. What's the pattern on your shirt?
It's just a, like, kind of thatched pattern, but it's a Blastoise
Oh, nice.
on the chest. Yeah. Also, hello, Rira.
Hey, what's up, Yura? How you doing this evening? Hope you're ready for robots.
Money on my mother, mine. Cop 5 haircuts at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski made of wine. Foie gras bust of Albert Einstein, get money.
Hey, thanks for the resub, Matt. I could have sworn you did that last stream.
I feel like I did, and it's just more a matter of, like, last one was my December one, which actually started, like, closer to the start of the month. I just hadn't had the option, I hadn't had the chance to come in and yell it at you.
Oh, okay. That's the alert, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like when I actually resub, because, like, I'm on an auto resub.
Gotcha. Well, thanks again, just the same. Appreciate it.
No worries, man.
All right. So, what we've got loaded in.
Money on my mother, mine. Cop 5
Oh, there's
haircuts
Wazzy.
at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski made of wine. Foie gras bust of Albert Einstein, get money.
I think she misspelled tidy, though. She must be cleaning up or something.
Possibly.
All right, let's load into the main area. And so I got to explain a little bit because I've been playing this game a decent amount since last week's session. And
Yeah.
there's a couple things to note, and I think we're going to go through a majority of what I'm talking about today. It turns out the linear path to an ending in 4Answer, if you have a decent next setup and know what you're doing, is actually decently quick. If you play the
Really?
game well and have decent equipment, you can get from start to finish in maybe like an hour.
Ow.
If you kind of-
That's
if you kind of-
really short.
If you're kind of beelining a path. Because what the game does is, as you get these different missions, and we're close to the beginning of the game, 'cause I ran through it probably about 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is after you beat a path, you get an ending, and then it starts you back at the beginning. It resets the entire mission system, but you keep all of your money, parts, and your ranking. And then you can just go back in, do the same path if you want, choose a different path, get different missions, and get a different ending.
Oh.
And then it just does that infinitely.
And
you-
essentially just keep playing forever and ever until you get all the gear that you want to get.
Yeah, and so the arena, which we can also look at today too, I beat the entire regular Collard arena because I needed the money at the time.
Yeah.
And then through storyline, you get a different arena for the group Orca, which we'll probably see. And then that has its own ladder, and I've only done a few of those. And so there are additional matches against the AI opponents. Some you fight in mission, and you can get more money that way. But if we jump over to the shop, and real quick, I did swap out some things on Yellow Jacket. I got different legs. And the strategy for this one, can you guess the strategy, Matt?
All Gatling. All the time.
Bullets.
Infinite bullet works.
I think it's like 1,200 or 1,000 ammo on each of the hand chain guns, and like 1,200 on the back.
That is ridiculous.
This thing is heavy, but it has bullets for days, which is really, really good for getting through a lot of the missions quickly. But if we go to the shop,
Yeah.
and I tab through the different sections, you might notice something.
Uh,
There's nothing in the shop.
yeah. I'm assuming you bought everything.
So what I didn't realize, because I haven't played this game in such a long time, there's 2 main paths and endings, and there's a third one. There's like a faction A ending, faction B ending, and kind of like the non-faction ending. When you beat
the neutral.
Yeah, when you beat A or B, or A and B rather, it
Mhm.
gives you every part in the game.
Oh, so
It
then
cl-
you just have everything.
It clears the store out. It's like you have everything now, and there's other things that you unlock from doing certain missions and fighting in different arenas. So I don't have every part in the game proper, but everything that had been unlocked in the shop so far, we just now own. Hey, first time chat from Gray Graves. Okay, so Armored Core is mechas. Sits down, grabs popcorn. Yes, very much so.
Yep.
It is mechas
It is build your own mecha.
with customizability and numbers and stats parameters and all sorts of stuff, like for days, because it's a FromSoft game.
Yeah.
Probably the start of FromSoft's unexplainable boner with stats came from the Armored Core series, going way back to PlayStation 1. And so as a result, and here's what I wanted to do to kind of make this fun. I'm going to go through a few missions to kind of demonstrate how this particular build for Yellow Jacket works, and maybe show off some of the other ones I did.
Yeah.
But after we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the assembly part of the hangar, and we can kind of look quickly through all the different parts that I now own. And some stuff was unlocked since you saw this, Matt. Some body parts, a ton of weapons.
Oh yeah. Like it's a wild difference compared to what I saw last time.
I see we got a hydrate from Pineapple Ryan.
Oh, well, him better take a sip.
I got some good fuel.
Yeah. Also, apparently, well, was just saying 2 more months of subscribing, you should get a reward like a star or a frosty.
Oh, that's cool.
Snake saying I got some good news. My mom found a PS2 Slim, but the disk drive doesn't work, so it's just a matter of jailbreaking it to play games off the USB.
Oh, if you can get that to work, that'd be cool. There's a lot of stuff on that system.
Mhm.
And assuming you can get the titles through whatever internet magic you use to get them,
Yeah.
I can give you a good list of must-play games on the PS2.
I've been meaning to jailbreak my 3DS actually, because it's not hard to do. The eShop is closed. It's not like you're able to like purchase anything on it anymore. And there is a couple of sites where it's like if you're looking for a game, it has the game available as just like a QR code to a download link that you just download directly onto your 3DS.
Okay.
So like if you're ever looking to jailbreak a 3DS, that's the way to go about it.
That's good to know. I definitely
Yeah,
spent a lot of time with
just in
that
case.
library. There's so many good games on that system too, you know?
There's so many games that I missed playing on that library just because like it was a matter of either a limited print or like limited print, couldn't get a copy, or like I just couldn't justify the funds at the time kind of thing.
Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. So to kind of explain the plan here, well, like I said, we're going to take Yellow Jacket out on some missions, and I'll show off how to make things die very quickly. But
Yeah.
after we do that, we're going to come back to the hangar, and I'm going to let you choose the entire build from the ground up.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
So just to give people a preview of what I'm talking about, the part of the technical aspect of Armored Core, and I see Grey Graves is saying this is that FromSoft game. Oh yeah, one of the OG brands from the company from way back in the day. The reason why there's so much complexity is every part that you equip has parameters and things that affect how your next, which is the name of the mechs in this game, how your next operates and behaves and plays. And to give you an example, we have a whole bunch of different head parts that all look different, but they have some key base stats like AP, which is our life, defense, primal armor rectification, which is kind of like our defensive barrier type thing. But if I hit triangle, we actually see kind of like a weighted thing, which I didn't really pay too much attention to last time.
Oh.
But if I hit it again, all of a sudden it expands out to a whole bunch of other stats. So things
It
like
gets real big.
stability, energy recovery, all sorts of things for mobility, which is what you see in speed, boost duration, turnability, radar, and sighting capabilities, lock-on capabilities. And this sort of depends on the specific part too. Like those are head parameters. If we go to core or body parameters, then there's different things on there. Some the same, some different. And so if you want to really optimize how you're playing the game, then that's kind of the fun part. You can build your giant fighting robot in a whole bunch of different ways, and usually the biggest thing holding it back, the biggest constraint, is money. And we have eliminated that constraint, so now it's pretty much free reign to kind of play the game and build however we want. And so I'm gonna let Matt decide what parts to put together, and then we'll take the machine out on missions and see how it performs.
Yeah, see how well it does. I like that idea. I like that a lot.
Naked Snake has redeemed a stretch for us.
I should probably. The next thing, the main game I want to play on the PS2 is Persona 3 FES.
That is a good one.
That's a solid one.
Or you can wait for P3P to come out. Slightly different experience, but you also get a different character route with the FMC.
I discovered something actually about Persona 3 Portable. For PlayStation and Xbox, there is a trophy or achievement that you can only get. It is beat the game as both male and female.
So basically,
so that's
complete
like
runs.
Yeah, 2 start to finish runs. You don't have to like complete, like get every social link, any of that stuff. You do have to finish the game, start to finish, both male and female. But that in of itself, even if you like go quickly through it, that's 40 to 50 per run. So that's like a 90 to 100 hour, 90 to 100 hour achievement.
I wonder if they're going to add their own achievements for the PC versions that are coming out soon. That would make sense.
Yeah, I can see Steam achievements happening for it.
I see a question from Grey Graves. Okay, so arguably you can max out on speed and just be a giant blur. Yes. So there's a whole range of options between mobility, speed, and armor, and armaments. So you could build a super lightweight, fast next that is all melee. And we'll look at that too. We can kind of toy around with some different builds, and I'll show off the ones that I made. And
okay.
Or you could go 100% tank and be a much slower plodding target, but you're armed to the teeth with energy rifles, grenade launchers, bazookas, everything, and you can melt anything that stands in your way. And then it's pretty open-ended. So let's try Rescue GA Transport Unit. I don't know if we did this one. This isn't the escort mission we did. This is a different one. I think this is.
I remember there's a rescue portion to it. I just don't remember the exact aspect of it.
We'll let the mission briefing explain it.
GA America. Your target is the Interior Union's land-based arms sport unit.
Oh no, I recognize this.
The enemy is currently pursuing a GA America transport unit through the Loro Desert. Your task is to neutralize them before they can take out GA's forces. The Interior Union.
Did we do the multiple land crab one? I know we did the single. It's an earlier mission.
Yeah, we did the single land crab. So
keep that in mind.
Main weapon launcher.
Just need you to take it out fast. Nothing fancy.
we aping.
That's it. This is a
So-
good job for the right links. Contact us.
To explain the sort of setup in the world for those who weren't here in the last session, basically in the Armored Core universe, it's usually set in kind of like in a post-apocalyptic far future where corporations and different organizations like merc groups sort of control everything. And so you're a Lynx or a Next pilot who's basically a merc for hire. And you take jobs from different corporations or entities, and that's what drives the story path you follow.
Yeah.
Hey, Bits
Also
is
see
here.
Bits is here and redeemed a small Raku.
All right, we'll do that right now, and we'll see how long it takes me to remember to turn it off. Also, welcome, Bits. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, where should I put it? I'll be right next to Matt.
Yeah.
Put the timer on.
Commence mission. Destroy
Okay,
all
we're in the
enemy
desert.
arms fort units.
So what's unique about this one is there's basically a proximity line they're talking about, and the enemy troops kind of steadily move forward, and if they cross that line, they can fire on your friendly targets. So you want to stop them before they do that. And so I'll try and kind of explain the kind of basics of navigation while I'm working on the mission.
That equals mission failure for us. We don't want that to happen, do we? Hold the line.
So basically the strategy with this particular build on Yellow Jacket is 2 guns at a time, just point at a target and light them up.
Yeah. Just ensure their death.
Fort down. One more.
That's one. We can either shoot the main targets on the arms fort, or we can just go right under its skirt and blast it from underneath. Because if we're at range, we'll get hit by all of its cannons, and we don't want that.
Exactly. Just be where you can't be shot. Shoot it in the ankles.
Okay, enemy arms fort down. Just mopping up now.
I didn't see my ammo totals from when I started, but I'm pretty sure it's like 1,200 on the hand ones and 1,000 on the back. So we can demonstrate the kind of difference in fire, even though they're similar weapons. If I toggle to the back weapons, slightly bigger bore chain guns that function the same way.
Yeah. Same idea though.
I swapped out the booster on this one, get a little more punch and mobility. Radar is in the upper right. Little red triangles are hostiles. This time sighting in on the enemies.
Confirmed. All enemy arms fort units have been destroyed. Mission is successful. The transports are safe. Good work.
Another thing I'll explain, since we dealt with it last time, but this version of the game has a graphic glitch, so even though we have a custom paint job on our next, each mission, depending on the setting, is going to apply like a weird filter over the texture, so it'll look kind of funky, but there's not much I can do about that.
Yeah. And like that's a matter of that's emulation. That is what it is.
I think, what do you mean? It's just a problem with my 360, Matt. My perfectly legit 360 that's hooked up to my computer.
Yeah. Yeah. You did get that Elgato. Yeah. That's definitely it.
So mission report. This is another thing we looked at before. You have a certain payout that the client pays you for accomplishing the tasks that they give you. Based on how much damage your next takes and how much ammo you expend is deducted from your overall pay, and then you have a net that you take home. We didn't really burn a ton. Most of it was in some chip damage we took. So we got paid 600k. We took home 466k. The rank S, that's pretty good. Like Grey Graves was asking earlier, if we wanted to, when we did this mission, I could have taken a melee super high speed build, gone in and just sliced and diced everything. And
It's you tiny ninja.
we can try and see if I can do that on this one. We didn't do this one before. Defeat Arms Fort Great Wall. This is the train. We didn't do the train, right?
No, we didn't do the train.
Okay. So this one is similar type where you're taking on a large target, but it's a long, like, heavily armed military train target. But I can show off the different builds here, and we'll see if I can do it, because it's a little bit tough. But if you go back to the hangar, and you go to design, the way different builds work in this Armored Core game is you register a schematic, which is basically like a parts loadout, or like an armor loadout in Monster Hunter, or a set thing for your machine, so you don't have to go and rebuild it every time you want to switch. And so I have 3 here: Azurite and Rust Razor and Yellow Jacket. So what I'll do is I'll load this one. And one thing I hope they change in the next game, when you open the prompt in the schematic design, for some reason the first option is always overwrite. I don't like that. If you're clicking really quickly and you overwrite your design, it's a big pain. Oh, timer's up. I'd rather that be at the bottom. So you just have to be a little bit careful. I forget what property does. Or properties of the schematic itself. Okay.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I think you can edit parts from there. Oh, okay. I think it's like organization stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll load this one, Rust Razor. Shout out to Monster Hunter GU. If you go to assembly, this one is built quite differently from the one we are just looking at from Yellow Jacket. This is
It's a very light guy.
light, I think light parts across the board, and no back-mounted weapons. Those parts of the shoulders are part of the arms, technically. These long bits with the different sections. That's actually the overed boost, the thing that shoots me across the screen really quickly.
Okay.
The core body is from, I think core body is from one of the unique NPC enemies you fight called White Glint, the mech from the opening cinematic.
Oh, yeah.
But instead of back parts, this thing is equipped with 2 laser blades, one on each arm. And we can look at that down here.
All sorts, all the time.
The Rosenthal EB R500. 12,000 attack power. Very potent.
Yeah.
And no ammo limit. If you take too many hits on your arms, they can be destroyed, but they have no firing cost other than energy.
Yeah.
And so to kind of build off what we were talking about earlier with all the different parameters and equipment things that have a number, all of the parts here were based around speed. Quick lock on, relatively mid-range on the fire control system, or FCS. This is like our radar sighting equipment. And then the energy and boosters and everything else are all based around speed. Downside of this thing, if we take a look at the wrap-up stats, 34,000 AP is not bad. It's actually kind of more like the mid-range. But this thing is not tanky at all. And if you take a whole bunch of like heavy shelling or explosive damage, this thing gets shredded fast.
Yeah, like you will just fall apart.
But if we go into test, I can kind of demonstrate how this one handles compared to the Yellow Jacket, which is very quick, versus the plodding sort of slow ground speed of the one with the chain guns.
Yeah.
And so general ground speed is not too much different. Let's say we're kind of boosting and sliding around, but as soon as we start,
the dashing, like, oh my god.
Yeah. We can zip around really quickly in the air and on the ground using the quick boosts. If we throw in our booster, not only is this thing fast, but look how much more boost we get because we're not burning through all of our fuel with a heavy machine.
Oh, that is insane. I love it.
For the armaments, we have a blade on each arm, and so you can use them independently for this lunging swipe, which does about 13k, less than 13k. If you hit both arm attacks at once, you get a cross slash.
And things just cease to be.
And so the fun part of using this particular build is basically zipping around everything and then going straight in for the kill at melee range. It just can't take hits.
Yeah.
Another thing that might not be as apparent, if you're playing the game you could feel a little bit better, but due to the lower weight and the power of the boosters, getting off the ground is almost instantaneous. This thing jumps. The previous one takes quite a bit of thrust to get off the ground because it's so much heavier.
Yeah, because he's a big guy.
But for this one, all I have to do is just hold down the vertical boost and you're airborne. You can see how low the decay is on the energy gauge above my AP, the 380. And
Yeah.
only if I start boosting around and really chipping away from that total energy pool does it start to really come down. You can essentially fly forever. And then you start burning through it once you kick up the speed.
Yeah, so it's very much like it is mobility to its maximum, essentially.
And I'm sure there's a way to optimize even more for a super light build. Maybe something that's in like the less than 20k AP with different parts. And it'd be even faster than this.
Yeah, like this is a good like mid light build, probably the best way to put it. Like where it's not the it's not as fast as you can get, but boy howdy is it close.
And so we're going to take this one into the Great Wall mission, and we'll see how well we do, because it's against a big target, but it's against a heavily armed big target.
Yeah.
Snake says, "Are you using Trickster from Devil May Cry?" Pretty much. We have air dashes.
Yeah, the air dash is the bouncing.
Hey, new follow from Rage Star Boy. What's up, Rage Star? How you doing? Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the stream. Hope you're ready for robots.
Yeah. Big robots. Some with
And-
swords. Some with guns.
We do have a swear timer from Rage Star, so I will turn that
Little
on.
horse feathers.
Good luck, Matt.
Yeah, I'll need it more than you will.
All right, let's quit this out. Is there no cooldown on swear timer? I need to go look at that. Could have sworn that I put a cooldown on that. It honestly doesn't get redeemed that often here on my channel, but
Yeah, especially because you don't swear.
that's the joke, and that's why it's 100 points.
That's why it's so cheap.
Well, 15 minutes. I'll just look at the clock at roughly 20 after. All right. So let's look at the mission briefing for this one. Defeat Arms Fort, Great Wall. I think it's GA again.
This is the
Go
mission.
America.
Different client.
Is algebra. Your job will be to destroy GA America's main
And now we're
arms
fighting
fort,
GA America. All right.
Oh.
Great Wall is one of the most powerful land weapons operating today. It's big and lumbering, but don't underestimate it. It comes with some serious firepower, armor, and load capacity. Your best bet will probably be to get inside and obliterate it from within. Destroy the large-scale hatch at the rear of the AF to gain entry. Once inside, target its power source and declaw the beast. That is all. This is an excellent chance to raise your profile within algebra. It might be a good idea to take it.
I get the sneaking suspicion that the algebra people like sniffing their own farts.
Yeah, really.
They sound kind of snooty.
On the plus side, this one would be really good for melee because just sneak up on the back end of it.
All right.
First,
So we're going to go for our approach. This thing is moving across the desert, and this is the front. So we're coming in from the front side. And we need to avoid all of the cannon fire and missile volleys that are going to be coming at us. So if we stick close and just try and get to the back as quick as possible, then we should be okay.
Yeah. Well, so Chris, you're asking, wait, is algebra a weapon in this? No, it's a corporation. It's one of the big conglomerates that destroyed the planet and is still waging war because why not?
Yeah, I think they're like a research corporation. All right. So here's the entrance.
You've gotten inside.
Don't need to take out all the targets. We need to get
Transits internal
through.
power source.
Yeah, you just need to get the core. The only thing you need to take out is the fort as a whole. Yeah, Crusher's saying we must defeat the Math Corporation. Actually, we're working for the Math Corporation. We're fighting America.
Fighting the American military or military defense
What
contractor.
was that sound? Did it separate?
Also, Crusher's saying, Raku Mad, I tried wings for the first time today. Like chicken wings?
Damn it, it's like a lizard discarding its
People
tail.
have taken hits.
And I hope you enjoyed the chicken wings.
Wings are delicious.
Yeah, that's actually what Buzz and I had for dinner just last night.
So what the thing did was it decoupled, and it basically jettisoned the back parts, and worked
And it's
the
had to
engine.
keep you out.
Yeah. So for this part,
Oh, they were spicy wings.
nice. Do you like spicy wings?
Good. You've almost reached the core.
All right.
After
This is
you
where it's going to
destroy
get a little
it, evacuate
difficult.
quickly, or you'll
So-
get caught in the blast.
Our target is taking this out, and then we got to get out before it explodes and kills us instantly. Normally I come in here with guns.
Enough. You've started a chain reaction. Get clear of the power unit.
All right.
That took nothing.
Confirmed. Arms Fort Great Wall has been destroyed. Mission successful. The most powerful land-based weapon.
You're a
Handled
succeed.
yourself pretty well. Maybe I underestimated you.
Succeed.
So if you don't have like a light melee type build, you can go through each section and basically shoot out with all of the forces and then get to the core and then blow it up. Or you go in speed run style, slashing through everything, drop hits on the core, and then you just jet right out.
Yeah. Get in, shoot, leave.
Alright, so now we have a different series of missions. If you don't hit that exit on the engine chamber before it starts to explode, then you just instantly die. And you have to do the whole mission over. So we've got
It just seems deeply unfun.
seems very FromSoft as far as difficulty goes.
Oh yeah.
Attack on PA N51. This is a sight attack. We can try and take Rust Razor on this one. Can't remember if they're
Alright.
small targets. I guess we'll find out. Let's see who
You're
we're
about to find
working
out the particularly hard way.
Let's GA again.
America. Your target is the PA-N51 New Resource Plant. This mission is simple. Take out the defenses and destroy the plant. There is one catch, however. You must complete the mission within the specified time frame. I suppose the big shots have their reasons for choosing the links of your caliber. There will be bonuses for completing the mission in as short a time as possible. This is a chance for you to make some extra cash. And that's about it. You could do worse, right? Let us know if you want the job.
When Chris was saying "Did I miss the explosion?" my cat got outside and I had to catch her.
To be fair, that whole mission ended in like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was a legit speed run. Snake's heading to bed. You have a good night, man.
Later, Snake. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good evening.
Good evening, good rest.
All right, so this is a time-based mission. We're being deployed to a
Commence
site.
mission.
We gotta take
out
out
the enemy
these
defenses
resource
and
plant
destroy the
things.
resource plants. The clock's ticking. No time to waste. Aha! It's Barat Squadron. No wonder the defense units were targeted.
She's getting staggered by incoming
rats.
fire.
Resource plant destroyed. 2 more to go.
And just been answering Crusher asking which arm recorder this is. It's a 4 answer, which is essentially the expansion on 4.
Yep, from the 360.
Available for 360 and PS3.
There's another one.
And I know I was looking at a bunch of 360 copies for picking this up, but then I could get a PS3 one. That would require rehooking up my PS3, which I haven't hooked up in many years.
Is the PS3 versions online
Combat
cheaper?
damage at 40%. 5 minutes
That's a
remaining.
great question. I don't think it is, but
These ones are using melee weapons too. One thing that's interesting about this build, because it's built to be light, it doesn't have a lot of resistance to incoming fire, so it gets staggered. It's meant to be kind of hit and run, but if people start shelling me, then there's a lot of delay, which means it's sitting duck. So this might not be the best build for this since there's tons of small targets.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Actually, it looks like the PS3 version is more expensive
I wonder which one
in
ran
every
better.
aspect.
I did not own a PS3 the peak of all the releases for it. I got one much later. So the majority of the games I played from that gen were on 360.
4 minutes remaining.
Oh, which is fair.
Okay, we need to take out, I think, one more. It's low visibility with all the fog.
Yeah.
There it is.
Fall back. That's an order.
They're just saying apparently Patrick Seitz is in this game. I was right. That last guy was Patrick Seitz, who's the English VA of Endeavor and Jiren from My Hero Academia, and Dragon Ball Super. Huh.
Oh, interesting.
I know Yuri Lowenthal's in this too, so.
Yep.
Because I remember very explicitly hearing him last stream that we did this.
If you hear Yosuke yelling,
I mean, Yuri Lowenthal basically has like one yell.
alright, I'm gonna reload Yellow Jacket for this one. Fortunately, we can back out of the missions and retry with a different configuration with no penalty.
Yeah.
Commence mission. Take out the enemy defenses and destroy the resource plants. The clock's ticking. No time to waste.
Even though this particular next is slower, it still moves. It just has kind of more of an energy cost, so it can't like infinitely fly around at high speeds.
Yeah.
Kind of rats.
It's like, it's got the pick up and go, but like, it just takes a little bit more pick up.
Resource plant destroyed.
You might be interested in that to learn that I unlocked more tank bodies.
That's amazing. That's perfect.
There's one heavier than the one that we had unlocked before, and there's a light tank. Like a light hover tank.
Huh.
We can
So
go
you
into
have a
the
light tank.
we can go into the hangar and look at the actual body parts, and we can see what you want to build after this. We'll mix it up.
Yeah. I'm almost thinking like a sniper build.
Do that. If you want a shell-based sniper weapon, or you want a laser rifle-based sniper weapon, you got all that.
Plant
Yeah.
destroyed. Just one left.
Something where it's like, you don't need a lot of mobility, you just need to have all of the range.
There's also a back-mounted weapon, I think it is. It has maybe like a single-digit count of projectiles, but it's basically like a vertical launch, really, really, really slow-moving missile that does like 25k in damage. So
Oh, wow.
if it hits, it's like a nuke.
Yeah.
I remember that. It's been in a bunch of games. Okay, I think we have one more.
Crusher asking if there any swords in this game like Gundam? Yeah, the last build we had
4 minutes remaining.
double swords.
Yep.
Oh, also a hydrate and a stretch.
I know the timer is up for the last redeem, so after this mission I'll just turn it off.
Yeah.
Trying to find the last plant. It's a problem with the low visibility. There it is.
Confirm. All plants have been destroyed. Now for the defense units. Take them all out.
Right. It's cannon fodder time.
Three minutes remaining.
I see. I think the overall FCS sight range is impaired because of the fog. One of the missions, I think I might be past it, maybe not. There's a mission where you fight 2 enemy nexts on this map, or similar like snow map with a bunch of buildings in fog, and you can only sight them from close range. And one of them is like a super fast quad leg shotgun build type of next. It's a giant pain. Maybe we'll see that one.
Yeah.
Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
I think we get a commission bonus based on the completion speed. Yeah, I think that's a special. Not bad.
Yeah. That's not terrible at all.
I want to point something out that I learned. In fact, I learned this last night when I was reading up on this game. Because it was something that was causing problems before. Let's see, where's the button? If you hold left stick down, that's what's causing that weird bar mode that loses the sight lock.
Yeah.
So that's a mode. That's actually free fire. So you don't get radar lock, but you can just point and shoot at things. So depending on the weapon you have, that might be more or less effective. But if you just hold L stick down, then it toggles your radar back on.
Oh, good to know. Okay, so yeah, I remember that was a big pain in the ass last time. We thought that your radar was just busted.
Yep. Nope. Turns out I didn't read the control scheme.
Well, technically speaking, the radar wasn't working because we had turned it off.
Okay. So I guess what we can do, Matt, and again, I'm giving you the reins for how you want to build this thing. I guess first thing to figure out is the style of combat. And so I can kind of jump through the models of the body parts to show you, and then you can kind of decide what you want, and I'll start putting stuff together.
I'm almost thinking let's go for the longest possible range and longest possible lock-on. And mobility is an afterthought.
Okay, so you want tanky, slow, but the capability for hitting things from a distance.
Exactly. So it's a matter of like you're not worried about getting hit because nothing's gonna get close enough to you to be able to hit you.
Okay. Crusher says yes, build. Yeah, this is the part of the game that easily is where you lose the most time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and we were saying in theory. Well, yeah, it's more a matter of you're tanky enough that if something gets close enough to you that like it can hit you, you'll be able to take that hit.
So there's a couple
and
ways
then fend it off.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to sort of mitigate that too. We can look at, since you have a right hand part, left hand part, right back part, left back part. You can build it so that you have hand-based sniper weapons and maybe one close range, fast firing weapon if something gets in range that you can still do damage. You don't have to go for a symmetry build.
Keep a shoulder Gatling, so if something gets close, you can just lay into it with rapid fire.
Okay. So I'll kind of flip through from a model perspective, and the way it's organized is by like kind of weight class. So these are a bunch of middle range heads. I do like this one, the HD Hogire?
Yeah, kind of like this, like a unicorn kind of look.
Yeah.
And I imagine with expanded stats, none of these would really affect. Like, it's mostly we're looking for AP defense.
Lock-on capability is part of head parts, so we probably want high lock-on capability.
Yeah, like I think that's almost the stat we want to like focus on, and see like what can we get the highest with in that.
Judith has 7276 for lock-on capability, and that one is pretty funky. It looks like a droid almost.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a droid. It looks like handle-wise, almost looks like a energy, a plasma rifle from Halo.
I see in the chat, Crusher asks, armor cores like Gundam Souls? Not really. No.
Not quite, no.
When you think about it, the Souls games are more like high fantasy Armored Core inspired games because this series came first. The reason why it's not really that comparable is because it's not based around, like rolling and levels and stuff like that. This is more like Mech Warrior. If you ever played Mech Warrior.
Yeah.
Much faster though, especially from 4 Answer on when they focus on a lot of high speed combat and aerial stuff. So for a lot of people who don't know from Soft Soldier catalogs and seeing the Armored Core 6 trailer and saying, oh, it's going to be Mecha Souls, it's definitely not going to be Mecha Souls.
Yeah, it's super not going to be Mecha Souls.
Okay, let's see what else we've got. 7276 on lock-on capability, stat to beat.
Yeah, so if we find something that's higher than 7276, we'll take that, but
7181 on the one we've got. So we actually have... Oh.
Ooh. 8228.
47 ANO2. Whoa. Okay. Let's see if anything's higher than that. This one's still middle class. 8228. That looks like the highest.
I think that's as high as we're going to get for a lock-on. That adds an insane amount of lock-on capacity, too.
I did not mean to do that. Okay, so I guess our options are kind of pretty open-ended for the core itself. So the main stats here.
Yeah,
AP,
the ones that we'll see change the most.
Yeah, we'll see AP, defense, energy, and ballistic. So just like you would have spell or magic type of resistance for defense, ballistic is bullets and shells, explosives. Energy defense is energy-based weapons, laser cannons, railguns, and the like.
How does stability affect items? Is that just like stability of...
I believe stability is the ability to take hits without being staggered. Kind of like poise, I think.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
It's been a while since I've tweaked a lot of the stats, but I think things with high stability can take hits and not be knocked kind of off balance and be staggered.
Yeah. In that case, I'd almost say... Because, combat range... I would almost say let's aim for like a beefier defense and see what... although I imagine we're probably not going to get much beefier than...
Yeah, so we can look on the main stat page here for stability and AP. PA rectification or the primal armor is also pretty good to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the rate at which it recharges. And it adds like that defensive sort of shield that you see, and it's also connected to the overed boost, the super booster.
Yeah.
So we got the middle ones here. This is the white glint core I was using before. Super cool.
Yeah,
I love the way the
sweet.
boosters like unfold when it goes shooting across the screen. Let's see, what's a high number? This one's got 638 stability. This is
and a good chunk up on rectification. Although lose a decent chunk of lot of defense actually.
Yep. So I guess this would be higher mobility, but being able to take hits. Let's see.
Like I have no qualms with like building a relatively heavy body and just focus on it's okay if it hits you, because you're barely gonna feel it.
Right. See, there's a whole bunch of light ones here in the middle. Here's that really funky kind of spaceship build, the fragile
Oh yeah, the T
legs
pose
had.
for dominance.
Well, this is the body. The T pose for dominance were arms. They were like missile arms that
Well,
like lock out
okay, it's a
sideways.
T body for dominance. If we got to be specific, it's a T body for dominance.
Now you could put those arms on this body, and the whole thing would be a T pose for dominance build, which would be really funny. But this thing's light. Look at the AP.
Oh yeah, like you lose so much health. Holy snot!
You fight that particular Lynx in one of the missions, and and in the arena, and the AI, because it's a super light build, just zips across. It's so annoying to fight against because, like, we might see that mission at some point.
This thing looks like a Gillette Mach 3. Like
The best a mech can get. All right, let's get into heavies. We saw this one before. This was like the Mega XLR type one. Heavy upper body.
yeah, a little bit more stability, a good chunk more AP. Let's see.
This one might not be a bad choice for. So what's the difference? A little bit less
'cause
AP, higher
It's
PA
got better,
rectification,
way
and higher stability too.
yeah.
And then
And it's like and it's
Go
a decent. It's a small chunk of average defense drop, but not a huge amount.
yeah, and there's one more heavy, the Taurus core.
And you lose stability, but you gain everything else.
This
But the gain on average defense isn't huge, but the rectification's massive.
this is a really heavy unit one. A lot of the tank characters you fight are using this one.
Yeah, you got your big ball on your back.
Yeah, it's like a big reactor thing. If you build it properly and you look at it head on, it looks like your next has an afro. It's kind of fun.
That's amazing.
We can go with this one.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Next up is arms. So your ability to hold heavy weapons and be able to aim and be responsive with your arms. We could start with.
I'm gonna say, yeah, this one if we pull out like the big stats, like I'd almost say, is there one that's like more for? Because if aim is heavily in the arms,
This one
Yeah.
has a higher amount of AP, a little bit less defense, like a pretty marginal amount of defense less, more PA rectification, and slightly less maneuverability, so they won't be quite as nimble when trying to aim at targets.
oh, okay, yeah. So maneuverability actually talks about like how fast does the arm move to aim.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, so then yeah, we're gonna want high maneuverability, unfortunately.
It's not a huge drop, though. It's only like a 300
yeah.
point drop.
But if
Some
we
of
can
the-
get a gain,
Like this one, here's another heavy. This is an Aldra part. Maneuverability goes up, but you're gonna eat it on AP and defense and PA rectification. I don't think you're
Yeah.
gonna see a huge difference with this one. I think you're gonna take more benefit from the defensive stats than the slight drop in maneuverability because we can tune.
that's true. And yeah, the rectification boost is massive.
I'll kind of show what I've learned about the tuning menu once we complete the build here.
All right.
So I recommend this one.
Yeah, let's go for that one. Plus, it also because our capacity was over before, now we've brought it back in. Though we haven't done the legs yet, so
Yeah, I think capacity is going to go kind of out the window if we put tank legs on.
oh yeah,
I saw that Crusher said I'm feeling the music. The hangar music's great. It's really kind of chill and ambient, which is good because you'll be hearing it a lot when you play these games. Literally hours of time spent playing around with parts and looking at numbers, which I understand is not the most sexy content ever, but looking at how all of it plays into the way your giant fighting robot plays when you actually get hands-on is what's cool about Armored Core. There will absolutely be people who play the series for the first time and say, I don't care, I just want to make something that looks cool. And you can totally do that. But if you're the type of person who likes to min-max stats and actually mess around with all that stuff, then that open-endedness is what makes the series so neat. All right.
It just gives you like just such a wild, a wild variety.
Yeah, I want to go through the legs from the top because there's some cool stuff in here. So I think we had these unlocked before. These are really kind of blocky, heavy legs with decent PA rectification. They're lower across the board, with the exception of weight, because they're like a less heavy class. These were unlocked at some point. Higher overall AP, better PA rectification. Heavier though, as evidenced by the fact they look very blocky.
Yeah, very chonky.
We've got some middleweight legs. These aren't organized in any easy capacity. There's some heavier ones mixed in too. So if you wanted to go for a mid build that has more mobility, then a lot of these middleweight ones are just faster on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And so to explain for folks who might not have seen this before, on the lower right, there's those two bars that go up and down, capacity and energy. Capacity is your encumberment. Basically, how much your next can support is primarily driven by its legs and energy output. So like if I tried to slap these legs on, we could take it out in the field, but it would basically be almost immobile because its upper torso and arms and parts are too heavy, and the weapons, they're too heavy for the legs.
Yeah, it's just too big for the little twig legs. Don't skip leg day on your robots.
These ones look really cool. These BFF brand midweight legs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Zone of the Enders type of design. There's another middleweight class from interior, bit more kind of streamlined, smooth lines instead of being sharp. Maybe something you'd see on like a Gundam.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost looks like the legs off like a Sinanju.
Here's another middle class type leg. I'll go through these relatively quickly, but I want to show off the designs because they look pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really baller. Oh, Phoenix Dishydrate.
All right.
Yeah, Chris was saying I love watching y'all play this because even if I don't understand the game, I understand that y'all are having fun. That's what matters. And y'all's words and emotions make it sexy, though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta vibe and build robots.
It wouldn't be good content if we were really interested in this stuff, but we're using monotone deadpan deliveries the entire time. Look how cool this robot is. Isn't it neat?
That sure does robot.
Look at all the guns. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. My nipples are hard looking at these robots. Okay, more middle. Very, very sharp. Spiky. It's more middle. Now we get to the lights. So I think these are the legs that one Fragile Next uses with the T-body. Super light. If you look at the AP, pretty big drop in AP, but the weight, almost half. Almost half
yeah,
the
it weighs
weight.
nothing.
Hey, Red Dragon's here. What's up, Red Dragon?
Hello, Red Dragon.
How you doing this evening?
And Phoenix, of course.
Yep. I did see Phoenix when Phoenix dropped the hydrate. Okay, more light. This is a regular bipedal type. You can see how the capacity, the little line on the red bar is where the capacity limit is. In the light ones, it's way lower. It drops way down.
Basically nothing. Oh, the Crusher's saying that's actually a really good critical impression.
Yeah, baby! I like the look on these. The Lahir two legs. They're light, but they have a weird kind of standing position that makes it look like it's sitting, but looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's like in a little squat all the time with those legs.
More lights. Super lights. This one is even lighter than the solo ones, I think. But really cool design. I like that. They're very thin, flat almost.
Yeah, little twigglies.
Get back to the heavies. Now we're going for high AP here on these, kind of plodding. Not much ground speed, but these ones are pretty decently high in AP. These are the ones I'm currently using. These are the ones we were using before. These actually worked pretty well for a while. I liked the stat spread on the Hilberts a little bit better. But the Soldners are pretty good too.
Now we're getting to the beefy boy legs.
This is the thickest pair.
How we're doing.
This is the thickest pair of heavy legs, I think, on biped. Like that is gonna alert all the guards.
Yeah, that is the dummy thickest robot.
It's even got a dump truck in the back.
Yeah, that enormous dump truck ass of a robot.
I think this is the highest AP total life.
Yeah,
I didn't try these, but I'd be willing to bet you are not really moving too quickly with these.
If you're moving at all.
Turning abilities significantly lower too, so your ability to kind of turn on a dime and twist around and look at things is partly driven by legs too. We have these heavy reverse joints. We had these open before. These have a bit more turning radius, I believe. Yep. Still high capacity. The reverse jointed legs are fun, but I like the light and middle ones.
Yeah.
There's algebra. And these are considered their own class, I guess. These are kind of middle light, I think. These reverse jointed ones. Oh, those look pretty neat. And now we get to the really cool ones. We didn't have any of these unlocked. The quad legs. You want the ability to move around.
The Centaur bot.
Quad legs are
surprisingly
pretty cool.
low load. That is.
Yeah, and these are considered like a heavy model too. Capacity is not as high for this one.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be higher than that.
This one is a little bit lower. It's because of all the weapons, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Because
quad legs kind of prioritize good mobility and like turning and whatnot. But one of the cooler ones, this might be one of the heaviest. It's got these reverse toes.
Yeah, it's got weird. It's like its ankles gets like 180'd.
I think it'd be neat if they give quads like the ability to do siege mode or something where it can plant, like anchor, and then changes the weapons.
Yeah.
But as they stand there, they're meant for good like strafing and moving while shooting at stuff. But there's also these. These are lightweight quad legs, and this is what that one Lynx Red Rum uses. Super fast. You can build a super fast quad, and they're very frustratingly difficult to fight because they move so quickly.
Yeah, it's like little grasshopper kind of legs.
And now, what we were talking about before. Tanks.
Tank boys. Yeah, that's the load we're looking for. Although we don't need that high of a load now that I think about it. The other stats are more important, but
look at the capacity.
The capacity is massive. The defense goes up a good chunk there.
This is the Kiritumi L tank from Arisawa.
Also, Crush is saying, I'm trying to defeat corporations like Algebra, but I'm dummy thick and the clap of my ass keeps alerting the guards.
Armored Core.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear?
So 2640. This might be the highest. You have to look at the other ones. It's a lot of AP.
Yeah, I don't think you might not trump that.
Oh, never mind. This one's higher. Look at that.
Holy,
bigger.
It's a boat.
Bigger tank.
Although the defense, you think the defense would be higher? Look at all the freaking plating on that thing. On your boat.
Yeah, it's all going into the AP. It looks like there's be like gun bays or missile hatches on the side, but it's just part of the model.
Yeah.
So I guess the question would be if you wanted to prioritize defense or AP.
I almost say defense because like you don't get that much more AP. You get a good chunk more AP, but like you're also wait, which one is the higher energy recovery? Well, energy recovery, stability.
Yeah, I'm looking for mobility stats too. Turning ability is the same.
Yeah, it's the exact same. Doesn't matter.
Mobility
Ballistic
doesn't really change across these. One's a bit heavier than the other, but they're pretty close.
And the bottom one has a more balanced defense between the two.
My bad. 1 sec.
We were saying gun tank time. That's the plan.
Yep.
Many snipers.
So I'll let you make the call on that, Matt. If you want to go for this one for a little bit higher base defense.
Yeah, I think the higher base defense would just be good to have.
Crusher asks, what stat is mobility? It kind of depends. The ground speed is determined by weight primarily, from what I remember. But turning ability that you see on the right, it's 5137 on these legs, is your ability to sort of move and reposition and turn. So if you have really low turning ability, you're basically going to have to stop, spin, and you won't have as much cornering.
Yeah, as opposed to this one, which has slightly better turning.
Because we own all of the parts, we could try both. But we could start with this one if you want.
Yeah, let's give this one a shot.
The tank parts also
unusable.
have their own boosters built in. That's right. That's why there's...
That's why it has its own
costs.
set of boost stats, yeah.
Okay. Oh, another thing that I want to show off. Didn't get all the way down there on the arms, but there's more weapon arms. In case that sways your decision. So these are the...
I was gonna say, are any of the weapon armed sniper rifles?
I'll have to check.
Or like long range weapons?
So here are the bazookas we saw before. Grenade launchers. Like sawed-off
Little
grenade
stubby
launchers.
arms.
Yeah, these have 50 shots.
Maybe not, because something if it's got like the crazy range. Does this game have the mission where you have to chase a train?
Yeah,
we just did that one.
We just did that one, Red Dragon. The one where you have to fight the armored train.
We're climbing into the back of it, going all the way to the front, stabbing it, and leaving.
These are shotgun arms. These are going to be close range.
Cool.
And they have a clip of 1800.
Holy crap.
So this
Now I'm
this
just
wouldn't-
imagining a high-speed shotgun build where you just sprint up, shotgun people, and then leave.
Oh yeah, that's definitely viable. Instead of going melee, you could totally make a shotgun build where you're circle strafing everything and just chunking them down with like buckshot.
Yeah.
And these are the ones we had before. I have these on one of my other builds, in the Azerite build. These are machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
2600 clip between the two. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible at all. And it looks like lance arms.
Yeah, these are the laser rifle ones we saw before.
Oh, right.
Let's see. These just have range, combat range. That's what we want to look at. So combat range on these is actually pretty decent. 962. It's the highest of the weapon arms. We'll see on the sniper rifle ones. I think they're getting the thousands.
Yeah. Oh, this is made with the latest Kojima technology.
Yeah, the Kojima particles are this type of radiation particles that form primal armor.
Oh, okay.
In the game, and they're also weaponized to use as like laser radiation weapons, essentially.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, I see Nocturnal's here. Nocturnal says, so sorry I'm late. Rakusur and Smiley Shirt Guy, how go the row battles? We've done a couple of them. We're rebuilding a next here, and Matt is choosing the parts, and I'm going to take it out on a mission. So we've been spending a lot of time looking at parts, but we'll be getting back to the explosions. And we got another redeem for Small Raku from Red Dragon.
Thank you for that one, Red Dragon.
Alright. I don't remember if we have these. These are Kojima rifle arms. Like laser. There's a type of laser cannon. The reason why they mention the Kojima thing is because it's a damage type. Certain things are resistant to that, I believe.
Ah, okay. So it's like it's almost like ballistic energy, and Kojima you said was like a radiation, so it's like a something kind of in between.
I think Kojima projectiles take primal armor down faster.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I believe it breaks primal armor quicker.
That's kind of cool.
Here's the T-pose arms. These are missile launchers. So I think there aren't sniper rifle ones, but if you went for these lance-looking ones, they're the farthest range for the weapon arms. So just something to think about.
Okay. Chances are the sniper rifles themselves will have a much better range, though.
Yeah, we'll do back and arm parts at the end for armaments.
Yeah.
So for FC,
Also, we have a hydrate and a stretch redeem.
All right. More good fuel.
And then with the FCS, I already know we already know what we're worried about: lock distance, lock range, or radar range.
Yep. Now, let's see. Lock speed is kind of important too, because if you can't sight things and they're closing in, they're gonna get in your range quickly. But
That's true. So
I don't think there's a super long range and lock distance that's got a high speed. So we might want to split the difference on that.
you can split the difference and then have sniper rifles on each of the arms, a radar, like if there's any sort of back piece that, because I know there's back radars. If there's a back radar that can compensate for one of these stats, then we can kind of balance it out. And then close range weapon just in case.
This one, the Ekazar FCS from Algebra, seems to have the longest range. One of the longest ranges. Absolute might be this one, the Laura.
And it is a better lock speed than the Algebra had.
There's more. For range,
holy.
total, like this one goes to 2240. That might be the biggest. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what we might do is let's pick that one, and we can always come back if we find because I know with the back radar, if there's a back radar that ups distance and range and doesn't do anything to speed, we could then come back, change this one that gives us a better lock speed to balance out.
Right. I see Crusher's going to sleep. All right, Crusher.
All right.
Drink water.
Have a good night.
Drink lots
Take
of water
care
before you go to
of yourself.
sleep. Don't be hungover. So you want to try this one first and then maybe supplement if necessary?
Yeah, supplement in a back piece.
Okay. Now generator. We want heavy generator. And there are 3.
I was gonna say that one where it's all blue stats and it's just a little bit heavier.
Taurus. We have a lot of Taurus parts on this one, which is pretty funny.
And yeah, that works. And because that's amazing KP output, massive capacity, massive output, and then boosters. If I remember correctly, we can't really put boosters on, with the exception of
not back boosters. So the vertical is tied to the legs, but our side boosters we can swap in. And our overt is our super booster.
Yeah.
So for side, we want a heavy one. The one we have might be fine, because everything else is going to be a little bit less thrust, I think.
Yeah.
So we can keep the Argyros. And then overt. This one, we're building off of something that was heavy to begin with, so overt's probably okay too.
Yeah. Then we get into the
Alright,
important part. Sniper rifles.
Weapon. So let's see. Sniper rifles, there's not a ton of them. There are, looks like 3 major ones. We can look and see if there's some other ones further down.
Yeah,
I
with
guess
attack
firing
power,
range?
ballistic.
Firing range and
Yeah.
attack power is what you're looking at for these, right?
Exactly, and this one has a decent capacity as well at 75. Because with that kind of attack power and range, like,
Yeah, this one further down, same brand, different model. Longer range, but smaller clip. Longer range, higher damage, but 15 shots less. I would think that having more shots is going to be better than damage.
yeah, exactly, and it's not that much more attack power that it's like going to be a massive win. So yeah, I'd say take a little bit less attack power because 15 more hits at 3312. Like that's gonna be much better.
Okay. And then the other arm, do you want the same type of sniper rifle? Or you want to try something different?
I was gonna say, what else do we have that's got? Because the only things that really have bonkers firing ranges would be a sniper rifle, right? Otherwise, we're
Yeah, this is the highest power, farthest range, but smallest clip of the three.
that is kind of ridiculous. It's
It's a cool looking gun.
yeah, so like almost like an anti-material, like
We could see what other types of weapons have good range. Obviously, handguns, shotguns, bazookas are going to be close range. Railgun. Not a lot of ammo, though.
Do you have any other railguns, or is that the only one?
That's it.
That's only a railgun.
Yeah, we have laser
I don't
rifles,
say we
though.
do one sniper, one railgun.
Okay, could do that. It's only 20 shots, though. That's the thing.
So pick your shots well.
The laser rifles, I think we saw this on one of the earlier builds. These are heavier weapons, but they're going to have larger clips.
Decent range, yeah.
Pretty high damage. Small projectiles. This is like a long-range laser rifle.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
More laser
I don't
rifles.
say let's give the railgun a shot just to see how we do with like. It's every shot's got to count, but when it counts, it.
I don't remember a lot of the other stuff on here. Look at this one, though. This is the highest damage pile bunker in the game, I think. The Kiku.
Yeah,
32k.
that is hilarious. I love that. With only 35 uses,
Yep.
but that's all right.
Then we got the laser blades. There's a Kojima blade that causes like an explosion burst when you hit, which is kind of neat. But it also has ammo. And then rocket launchers.
Man, when your sword has ammo.
Okay, so you wanted. So you said you wanted the
Yeah, let's try that railgun.
railgun. All right.
Railguns are always fun.
The captain. Oh, small timer is done.
Yeah.
Catch Red Dragon.
Also, yeah, we were saying being hungover sucks. I probably only drink like 4 times a year. I've only ever been hungover once.
Being
Yeah, I
hungover
usually don't drink
does
heavily
suck.
enough to get hungover.
That's probably the best course of action.
Yeah.
Drink a
Because
lot of
honestly,
water.
drinking to get drunk ain't fun either. So like,
Okay. So let's do
Then-
this. I'm gonna save this just in case anything happens.
yeah, something goes sideways. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll do one of the most important things, of course, paint job.
Yeah, and then we'll get the back pieces done.
Oh, that's right. Let's do the back pieces first. My bad. Jump the gun. All right, so for back pieces, one thing that's interesting, there's a whole slew of chain guns. I chose the one with the highest clip because I like to be able to spray and pray.
Of course, yeah.
There's also these. Look at that design for a chain gun.
Oh, that's cool looking. I like that.
What it does is it fires in a row. And so if you slap two of these on each shoulder, and you put them up at once. It's like a row, like a hailstorm of bullets. It's really neat, but a slightly lower attack power compared to these. 1,000 clip, 860 per bullet. But you're gonna want to look at the sniper rifles. So we have.
Oh, that might actually be
back-mounted-
better than the railgun.
Yeah. So this back-mounted sniper gun, 36 clip, but almost 10k in total damage. Pretty strong.
Yeah, and the range is pretty nice too. And then
So that starts. I think that's the highest clip sniper cannon, unless we see some other ones. Note the next one down goes up to almost 11k, 18 shots. 13k, 16 shots.
16 shots. And also like a pretty deep. Wait, what's the range on 15? Ooh.
Because these aren't really sniper rifles. These are sniper cannons.
Yeah.
So if you can lay hits on something before it gets close enough to do damage, you will do a lot of damage.
Yeah. I'd almost say if we dropped the railgun, took this sniper cannon instead, took the railgun and made that into a short range in case something gets too close kind of weapon. And then we take the second Gatling gun on the back and make that into an extended radar.
You could definitely do that.
And that gives us 2 long range weapons, 1 short range, because you never know.
So you
And
which sniper cannon did you want then?
I see we're dropping from 36. If you go one more down, we only lose 2 shots in comparison to the railgun, but we get massive damage in comparison.
Okay.
So let's say that, and then
So you want to drop the railgun for something else?
yeah, drop the railgun for something a little bit closer range, just in case something gets a little too close.
120 clip bazooka. I do like this weapon a lot. I use this one on an alt build for Yellow Jacket if I need to kill things quick. 120, 35 shots. Heavier bazooka.
I do like the 120, plus it's the fact that it's a spread bazooka, so it kind of like... I'm assuming it's kind of like a damage in a cone kind of feel.
Yep. It's basically a high-powered shotgun.
I will say yes to that. That sounds cool as fuck.
Okay. And so we just need to swap this out for potential radar part. We can look at some of the other things on here. Here's another one. This is a laser cannon. Looks like wings.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Get 2 of those and you get like a winged robot.
We do have laser cannons too.
Huh.
Like heavy laser cannons like we saw in the hands. Back mounted.
Pulse and plasma.
Now, where's that?
Those are almost like mortars.
Where's that missile launcher I was thinking of? I think it's near the top. I think it's this one. Let's see. I thought it only had the one shot though. This might be something similar. Big missiles just don't miss.
That's booster for forward speed.
Back boosters. These are passive supplementary, I believe. I don't think I've ever used these on a build before. But I think
Yeah,
it boosts
and
the power
I bet
of
like
your boosters overall.
for forward boost, if you hit stack, is it doesn't really change anything outside of like that's not necessarily. It'd be interesting to try, like if you're planning on a
This would
fast
probably
knife build.
Yeah, this would probably go good on the Rust Razor because that Rust Razor build doesn't have anything on the back. I just took everything off. So if you put these on, it probably gives you more forward carry on the lunges. So you're not going to see a lot of stat difference, but when doing those lunging slashes with the swords, I bet this shoots you forward farther.
Oh yeah, this probably gives you a lot of dash.
Okay, this is
Game molders for primer armor boosters.
Heightens PA effectiveness. Here's radar. So this is high refresh rate designed for close range combat. Not what we're looking for. We want far range.
Longest range, highest ECM capability possible.
just gotta look at the main page here.
The detection ability goes from 385 to 7,051.
Yeah, you're essentially sacrificing a weapon slot for the ability to see farther and lock in and sight things.
Which is exactly what you need when you're sniping.
What else we got? That might be your best bet for sniper.
Yeah, for going full snipe, that'll be the one to rock.
Interesting. I'm curious to see how that feels on lock, since I don't normally build for additional radar. Okay.
I mean, let's give her a go.
All right. Now we can do the paint. We'll change the name. So think of a name while we're doing the coloring. You want red, since you're a red shirt guy, or what do you want for this thing? You can pretty much do whatever you want.
No, let's go for main in a nice red. I'm trying to think how many characters you can fit. Ooh, I like that. I was thinking like a
Let's see if I can do all of them at once. I'm just now realizing that the guns are a slightly different color, but that's okay.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay. You like the dark red?
Yeah, I do like the dark red, yeah.
How's that?
No, that's perfect. I even have a perfect name for it.
About
If
the
I'm red
second-
shirt guy, this thing's name has to be Blood Tunic.
Oh, okay. I like that. You want a different secondary color instead of the dark gray?
Sure.
That's sub color, I believe. Yeah. Would you like pink?
It's lightish red.
That's right, it's lightish red.
I think what would go well with I think like what color would get us like kind of like a silver.
It's like a lighter tone.
If I do
it'd
silver
be-
metallic RGB,
I think it'd be everything, just higher tones.
what I'm seeing is 170, 169, 173.
170, 169, 173.
Yeah. Gives it kind of like a silverish.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
I wonder if there's an all weapons. Oh, we can worry about that in a sec. Anything else you want to change on the main next palette? There's
I don't
joint
think it looks great.
device. It's kind of hard to see because of how small everything is.
Like I can kind of see like on the V on the head that it's still in yellow, but like
That's the stabilizer.
yeah.
We can fix that. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, just when I see you're going robot go burr.
Indeed.
It was very
Oh,
burr.
This one goes more pew pew. The one
Yeah.
I was using before is definitely burr. All right. The weapons. Do you want me to make the weapons red too?
Yeah, I'm thinking red weapons. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a shame that you can't do all weapons at once.
I think I would need to do the entire palette at once, and then it would change everything. But at this point, I'll just get it as close as possible.
Yeah.
I'll go 255, 60, 60. How's that?
I like that. Gonna make a cool robot to kill the bad guys. By bad guys, I mean different capitalists.
I'm really curious to see if they end up taking the like corporation angle in the next game, because that's usually the key thing for setting up the world, since they're the ones who are running everything. And there's usually like an uprising of sorts, or the next pilots form their own group to take down the evil corporation empires.
And then the evil corporation empires just make their own next armies again.
Yeah, like in this game, the corporations use their resources to create those giant arms forts
Yeah.
with moderate levels of efficacy, as we'll see. Okay. How's that? Anything else you want to change?
Nah, I love it. That's great.
And he said, Blood Tunic?
Yeah, because if it's gonna be red shirt, you might as well be blood tunic.
I like it. One word or two words?
Let's do 2 words.
And then we'll save this schematic so that we can pull it up whenever we want. There we go. Now we take it out on a test run and see how it feels.
Yeah, let's see how this all snipe tank boy.
And we can't see the paint job here, unfortunately. In the actual game proper, that wouldn't be an issue, but
Yeah.
we'll go for the kind of weird snow-colored paint job. Okay, so
See how far away can you get from them while still able to target?
it actually tells you your distance. I'm pretty sure that's what the kind of transparent number beneath the reticule says. It might be hard to see on the stream.
Yeah, I see. I know. I see where it's like it's over 1,000 now, so that tells you how far away it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think red means definite sight lock.
So at around 1,100, you're able to sight lock another next
Well, that one's dead.
and effectively kill it, assuming it's not going like crazy wild fast.
That's going to one-shot most of these normals. So the ground speed with this thing is not bad. A lot more strafing. Turning is a little bit slower, but we can use our quick boost to sort of reorient if we need to. So
It's got decent turning. Like,
it's slow, but it's not super slow because we're rolling. We're not having to walk.
yeah.
Air mobility wise, oh boy, that is not getting off the ground fast. Okay, there we go. I need
Oh
to-
my god, that is so slow. I love it.
It's not too bad. I had to boost properly. I have to double tap essentially. We get a bit of vertical carry, but if you note, for Matt and also for chat, our energy, because we have a big fatty generator on here.
You can just hover forever.
Yep. Even if we boost, we have pretty good recovery. So if we kind of feather boosters a little bit, we can maintain a lot of air. We're not super
So you can
fast,
just be
and we're a big target. But you
Yeah.
can definitely go airborne with this thing.
you're just a floating brick that one shots basically everything, and you haven't even pulled out the back cannon yet.
Yep. So if we get good sight lock, most normals are going to get one shot by the sniper rifle. Rear us to snipe them from orbit. That's essentially what we're doing. An orbital strike. We can test out the bazooka. The bazooka is going to be less effective from range, but if we were able to get closer, maybe about
Yeah, essentially, if
here.
someone gets close to you,
Yeah, that
they
one
don't survive.
one cluster is going to take out most things because it's a concentrated cone. We got hydrate from Pineapple Ryan.
Oh, thank you for that. I always forget, even when I'm streaming. I'm just like, I could be drinking, but you know.
Got to keep hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's check out the back part. So this one, how's the radar range look for this one? This one is shorter range. My red lock, no, it's not that bad. Maybe that one's just out of range of my line of sight. Just over 1,000. Oh wow.
Wait, try from the 1200 without the guaranteed side lock, see what happens.
Okay, I think as long as I have a clear shot, it'll still hit, but I think it's less reliable when it's not red.
Yeah,
Once
red's a lock, whereas white's a sight.
Soft lock.
Essentially. Yeah.
That is interesting. I don't play range builds ever, but this would be a really good anti-small target next. Against something fast like another actual next pilot, I don't know how effective it'd be because you'd have to be able to get distance, and most of the AI enemies are too fast.
Yeah, they strafe too hard. That like this, I would argue that this plus sniper cannon is a very effective way to take out an arms fort.
You could also probably rely on the bazooka at close range. We'll go look at tuning after this before we take this on a mission.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. We can test it. We can test it in the arena. We can test it against some of the take out enemy next pilot missions and see. But very interesting.
Let's give it a quick tune just to get it like as peaked out as we can.
Rira says, when I was coasting with Wazi a couple of weeks ago, I accidentally drank all of my water in my water bottle. I didn't want to be loud and get another bottle of water. If you just got up, you could have gone in and done that. She wouldn't.
I guarantee Wazi would have been like, that's okay. I mean, I get it.
I do that all the time.
I mean, probably with more words than me. Like,
just say, hold up, I gotta fry some chicken, and then go get more water and take care of anything else you need to do, and you're good. Alright. So, to explain this system without getting too in the weeds on this, the tuning system gets unlocked as you play through missions and do things in the story. And I recently found out that if you do missions on hard mode, you get additional units of tuning memory, FRS memory.
oh,
So
nice.
that's something we could think about, depending on how long it takes us to continue to play through normal. Because I haven't done any hard missions. Hard missions are the same setting, but they change different parts, like they add more enemies and make things more difficult. It changes the mission itself. It's not just higher stat enemies, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, but honestly, I like that. It's so often that the hard mode or end game version is just a higher health bar and it hits harder, and that's it.
And so, yeah, that's definitely true. So for tuning, basically you go into your different parts in your build, and then you can tune how they perform using these units of memory.
Yeah.
And I think it carries over based on certain parts. I wish it just wiped each time you did a new build so you can do it from the ground up. But you can take stuff off.
Yeah, like I would say that like looking at current weight versus load, we could drop all the points out of load.
Yeah. 'Cause we're not
Get
even
all of
close.
that back.
We're not even close to the max for these legs, right?
Exactly.
This is the generator, I believe. Energy output capacity.
Yeah, and I would argue supply we could drop as well, because look at the energy cost versus energy supply. Like,
Okay.
like we have so much energy supply here that like.
Yeah, and what's kind of neat about this system, and I don't know if they're going to do this in 6, it basically means as you play through the game, if you have a build that you really like, but certain parts are limited, because let's say you want to strap a bunch of weapons that are slightly over your leg capacity, you can tune them up here and get some of that back so that you can make your build happen. And so it's very highly customizable. This aspect of the tuning is pretty complex, but it means you have more flexibility in builds, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a lot more that you can work with it.
So you want to focus on like lock speed?
Yeah, because radar refresh rate's fine. Lock speed wouldn't hurt. And yeah.
ECM resistance is radar jamming, which I think only affects your ability to see the map on the radar. I don't think it affects your lock on. I honestly don't know.
Oh, then if that's the case, I'm not really concerned.
Do we drop a bunch of this into speed? Maybe get it up to
You get lock on capability over 14K.
we'll do it in bits of 5 or 10.
Yeah.
We've got missile lock speed, don't need that. Radar refresh rate's okay. Primal armor, so defensive capabilities. If you really wanted to tank up, you can boost the power of primal armor. Mobility, if we want to give ourselves more boost. Vertical thrust. This one might not be a bad thing to put points in.
Yeah, if only because we don't have a lot of vertical thrust right now.
In fact, I'd be curious to see if we put like 15 into this. Like,
Let's see what that does.
I can't see any stats being affected by that, but it's basically our vertical takeoff ability for the boost.
Yeah, I think that'd be worth putting in. If only to the fact that, you know, like, what's the worst that could happen?
It's horizontal thrust too, so ability to move forward. And there's 2 parts that have that here. These are 2 different booster parts, I think. Quick boost. Quick boost might not be bad either. This basically gives us more mobility with our quick turns, quick boosters.
Yeah, it wouldn't be probably wouldn't hurt to put like 5-10 points in that. And
Control.
that stability.
Yeah, this is across all the different parts that can affect stability. So again, my understanding of stability is your resistance to stagger. So like,
Yeah.
we could drop points in each one of these and just see if it means things don't really cause our necks to like stop and kind of fall over. It's not necessarily super critical,
Yeah.
but we could also put
Also-
it into things like, let's see,
It's maneuverability,
firing
aim
stability,
precision, firing stability.
Yeah, it kind of just depends. We have 45 units, so I'll put them wherever you want, since this is your build.
What was on below maneuverability here?
Firing
That
stability?
was, yeah, if we dropped it even just like a little bit into firing stability, like as a sniper, I imagine that would help with
Yeah, I
and that
think
that ups general. Sorry, what stat did that up and down? Because I'm just looking at the right hand side as well.
yeah, we can't see it there, but this is like if you have a moving target with like your arms or your back parts, I think you'll be able to track to moving targets better. I think that's firing stability.
Oh well, if anything, that helps us with the anti-next items.
Yeah, these are all arm parts. So we could put more into firing stability if you want.
Yeah, because it ups the combat range. Every 5 points up the combat range by just a little bit.
Okay.
Not a lot. It's not a huge boost, but it's something.
35 points left.
Uh,
Maneuverability. Oh no, this might be the one that determines your arm's ability to reposition when things are moving around.
well, you know what? Let's just drop the last 35 in here just for funsies.
Okay. doesn't make a
Okay.
huge difference in the range, but and that's not trivial.
Yeah, it's a non-trivial amount, so we can see. Okay, let's see what happens.
All right, I'm gonna overwrite the previous schematic, and we'll take this one on the test real quick. I'm kind of curious to see if that booster actually makes a noticeable difference.
Launch us into the stratosphere.
You can totally do that for like a really fast, high-speed build. You can make it so that your takeoff is instant. You're basically just leaping
Yeah.
into space each time.
I'm also just imagining at this point, like, if there's a way to do a lightweight, like, single sniper build, that's like, essentially you just stay at the top of the map and just snipe straight down, orbital laser people.
Seems like there's a little bit of pickup.
It's a little bit. Oh yeah, that's markedly better.
Yeah, it's noticeable. Oh, and I think being able to switch targets is also part of the aiming stability or precision. 'Cause I can multi-track targets really easily.
You have one track to 2,000. Okay, okay. You gotta take out this small gun in the front. Can you take out the guy from 2,000?
That was a miss. That was a hit. Let me get to like 2,000. Let's try the back one. That was a hit, but not a one shot, I think. Yeah, you can do it, but I think your hits are less reliable.
And that's fair because you're no longer in red lock either, so it's just sight, not lock.
That's still an insane range for being able to target things.
Yeah, that you can reliably do damage from 2,000. So that means that theoretically, you could take an arms fort from 2,000 with the cannon, and just lay into it.
We haven't tested the overt boost. See what that looks like.
Oh,
Wow. It just goes. Like our primal armor's not even going down. It's barely going down. If we try and corner, then it eats into the overall boost. But if I hit nothing and just let it go, it just goes. I've never seen that before.
that's amazing. It's the friggin' fob missions, the ones where they strap a rocket to your back, but you get your own rocket.
And the big circle thing on the core is the actual overt boost. You can see it flip up when the booster engages, which is kind of cool. Wow, that's nuts.
That is hilarious.
This
I
thing
love
can
this.
close. It can close distances because it's got ridiculously high amounts of primal armor and energy output. So you could drive by with this, with a sniper rifle. Like I'm just doing circles and trying to get a target.
Drive-by.
Oh, drive-by sniping.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
That's nuts. And if we use our quick boost, then it'll chunk through our energy.
Also, if you need to create distance,
Yep.
you have a decent enough turning ability that you could literally just bolt yourself to the other side of the map, do a 180, and start sniping as they're trying to catch up to you. Because I guarantee there's very few other nexts in this game that can maintain that kind of speed.
So it's a little bit less sustainable long term, but if you wanted to go for like a high aerial trajectory, you could totally go, but you don't have infinite carry. So if we're going for like height to get on top of something, you totally could do that with this. But if you keep it low to the ground, you basically have infinite overt boost. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a cool build. I'm really liking this.
And because the radar lock is so accurate, as long as you kind of circle strafe with the boost on and just keep things in your sights, then you can pick things off before they're even close. So
Yeah,
against another next, that might not work, but against all of the regular normals, you can absolutely blaze around the field and pick them off at your leisure.
Imagine just overt boosting straight through a crowd. You drop a spread bazooka and keep going.
You can totally do that.
You just zoom straight through people before they even realize that something went past them. They're already exploded.
Rira says you're drifting your mobile suit. Yeah, like put on some Initial D music and
Deja vu. I've been here in this place before, higher than a dream.
a suitable alternate would have been running in the 90s.
I mean, well, absolutely.
Note, while we're talking, I'm just circling the entire field with the overboost on. Nothing is depleting.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see if it works that way in mission. It should, but that's bananas.
Infinite 1,000 kilometers per hour.
All right.
That is just silly. I love this.
I think we need to take this bad boy out on an actual mission and see what we can do. Oh, this is a perfect one for that. Defeat Arms Fort Stigro. This one's on the water.
Oh yeah, we're gonna screw this thing up.
Here, I'll let the mission play out.
This is the mission. The client is GA America. The objective is Interior Union's new maritime arms fort, Stigro. Stigros are equipped with large-scale blades at their front. Therefore, launching a frontal assault on one of them would be tantamount to suicide. Avoid doing so. That's all. It's a dangerous mission, but one with a big payday. Let us know.
So don't get close to it in melee range, you say.
Well, I think we can handle that.
I don't know if I've done this mission before.
Commence mission. Destroy the arms fort Stigro. His charging attack isn't too complex, but it'll rip
okay,
you in
that
two if
does
you get
hurt.
hit. So don't.
Okay. At least on water, I am eating some energy hits. And taking damage from primal armor will kill that overboost, so it's not free.
Yeah.
In fact, getting airborne might be a better idea here.
Combat damage at 40%.
Wow, I'm not used to an arms fort moving this much.
It is a big target, though. So we just need to get sight lock and dodge the missiles. Oops. I'm going to try the back part, see if that's more effective.
Find something to slow it down. Make it smash into the buildings. Kill its speed.
Actually, that's a good point, yeah.
Oh, I should probably try and light it up with the bazooka when it gets close. Even though it's not really in range a lot of the time.
I also noticed that, like, the white lock seems to be hitting it, like, more often aiming at its back. Almost feels like.
Another thing I think you can do, might not be working that feasible with a heavy build, but you can land on top of it and kind of ride it and then melee it. But I think I'm a little bit too slow to do that. Because what I would do is I would take like a melee build and just go land on top.
Oh, there we go. That slowed it down.
Combat damage at 70%.
One of the problems with the sniper rifles is their rate of fire is extremely slow.
Oh yeah, like you're only gonna get so many shots in.
Bazooka does have a faster rate of fire.
Yeah, so you're able to
Kind of
play into it a little bit easier.
Yeah, when it goes underneath.
Combat damage at 90%.
Okay, so yeah, high-speed targets, not great.
I'm gonna try this again from the beginning. I think if we had a faster rate of fire, we could do damage quicker. In reality, probably melee is the easiest way to deal with this particular
Destroy
type of
the
enemy.
arms fort Stigro. His charging attack isn't too complex, but it'll rip you in two if you get hit. So don't.
I think we stay airborne and try and keep the pressure on from up top. It'll go better than getting in melee range.
Yeah, because melee
There we go.
Stigro has been
Oh, look at that.
destroyed. Mission complete. You're a real pro now.
Ta-da!
There's another mission that you get from a different client where you're competing with that thing on the ocean to take out a fleet. And you get paid based on how many more things you kill than the Stigro unit.
Oh,
That
nice.
would actually be pretty good with the build and the range. Ooh, white glint. Okay. This is a good test because this is a super fast target. believe it's both. Oh no, it might be White Glint by itself. This other one, when you're cooperating with White Glint to fight off 2 other next, that's the high speed, fragile one, which I hate fighting. So we can try this one.
It just sounds less fun.
Here's your mission briefing. We want you to take out Line Arc's strongest military asset, White Glint. White Glint is a rank 9 next, but it is considerably more powerful than its rank suggests. If it
It's a really
were
cool
otherwise,
design.
we wouldn't be asking for your assistance.
It really is, yeah.
White Glint is too much for a single next to take on. Therefore, we want you to work together with Stasis, a rank 1 next. White Glint is the backbone of the Line Arc forces. Once out of the picture, their will be broken, and they will be unable to resist any further. This would immediately lift the threat to the Cradles. We're readying as much firepower as possible for this operation. The rest will be up to you.
All right.
Let's give her.
This is the operator of White Glint. You are trespassing in Line Arc territory. Pull back immediately, or we will respond with lethal force.
So the operator and the pilot never speaks, but it's implied that they're the characters from Armored Core 4.
What right have you to speak?
So you're fighting the protag from that game, essentially.
It looks like you came to fight.
Commence mission. Take out the enemy next, White Glint. This battle is for rank 1. You can't go any higher.
Okay,
Show
so
me
this
what you
is
can do.
2v1.
You can fight. I'll give you that. All those fancy aerial maneuvers won't save you.
Where are you? Down there? Fast moving target.
He's such a speedy boy. I mean, when something's that fast, another viable strategy would just be to get into a position where he has to get into close range with you.
Or
Like, yeah,
lure him into a spot where he gets stuck on the environment.
yeah.
But, the stability and maneuverability on the arms is actually making it a lot easier to track to a moving target. I'm gonna have to remember that for some of the other builds. As long as I keep like line of sight, then the sniper rifle is snapping,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. I've never actually built that way before.
I mean, I do thoroughly enjoy like this kind of build in a lot of games where I was just like, I never get close to the enemy. I just take care of it from a distance. Like that's a big reason why I really enjoyed the Sniper Elite games. It's really fun to like fiddle around with a sniper rifle and sit halfway across a map and
You are the same
just
as we
blow
once
someone away
were.
from
Think.
like 400 yards.
What are you fighting for?
I tend to prefer sniper builds in a lot of games. Like I said, being able to try and pick things off from a distance is fun.
Main booster malfunction. Is that what you were aiming for? I've hit the water. Boosters won't engage. Hull breach. Damn it, I'm taking on water.
It's our partner.
No, I can't go down here. Not now.
Is he sinking into the ocean? Just like that? Unbelievable. Looks like it's one-on-one.
Please leave. I know how this will end.
Yeah. With you getting shot in the face by a sniper rifle.
Ammo's getting low. We're on 15 shots with the sniper rifle.
and we're gonna have to get them into closer range.
Oh boy.
AP down 70%. Confirmed. White Flint has been destroyed. Mission complete.
Head out of
Ooh,
bounds.
You're more than I dared hope for.
We did it.
congratulations for your great success.
I'll take an A rank on that. That's
Yeah.
normally a pretty tough mission.
An A rank with a build that's not necessarily made to.
Glint was defeated, and Kallard's top-ranked lynx, Atsdarva, went down into the ocean. After the intense battle between the Cradle's greatest lynx, only one remained. Linark had lost its greatest military asset. The Cradles entered a period of stability, or so everyone believed. Behind the scenes, the League prepared for a new, more violent phase of the war. At that moment, despite the period of calm, the gears of a sinister plan had begun to turn.
The rise
Dun,
of
dun.
Elon Musk. One thing I'm interested to see for the next game is if they flesh out though the storytelling, because in all the Armored Core games there are no like face characters. It's all faceless voices and people talking, and you don't actually see anybody.
Yeah, so everything's like implied. It's only implied that these are all people. Like, this very well could just be a bunch of AIs carrying on a human war.
That is the plot of one of the games. I think Silent Line.
Oh.
It's like Skynet takes over and starts becoming sentient and piloting armored cores.
Oh, well, shit.
So, yeah, you never know.
Yeah, that could very well be it.
Okay. So we're in chapter 3 now. We've got a couple different things that are going to put us in different paths. This is the one I was talking about. This is a 1v2 normally. You can take a wing person with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious to see how this build does here. It's 2 targets, one like medium speed bipedal, and a quad, super fast light quad.
Yeah.
So we can try it.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
This is one where I take like 2 bazookas, go in and try and melt one of them as fast as humanly possible. We did get a stretch from Wazzy and a hydrate from Ryura.
Good call.
And Ryura's taking off to do some laundry and other chores. Thanks for tuning in, dude. Hopefully
thanks for stopping by.
Hopefully hearing us talk about robots for an hour and actually shoot things with the robots for 15 minutes has been interesting. Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
Here's your mission. The client is GA America. We want you to take out the Algebra Next team based at PA-N51. The team consists of Red Rum, a rank 15 four-legged machine, and Starka, a rank 19 light model. The four-legged red rum is piloted by a very wily female lynx. At this time of year, N51 is often cloaked in a thick layer of fog. Assume limited visibility. Make sure you install sufficient enemy detection equipment before you embark. Obviously, the enemy will work as a team. We've been authorized to provide support units for your mission. Let me know what you need. That's it. This one is tough. Stay on high alert. We'll be waiting for your answer.
All right, I'm gonna let you choose the wing person for this one, Matt. If we go with Celebrity Ash, he kind of sucks and just sort of flies around. Marygate, she's pretty decently strong. She has good offensive loadout for her next, and then Raiden is like one of the top tier. Slow, but packs a huge wall up. Like I think that's a missile array launcher he's got.
Yeah, like the big chunk and missile up there. I'd say let's try the mid tier just so because we're already kind of like a technically tankier, slower, quote unquote slower build.
Okay.
So someone who's at least a little bit faster than us, just in case.
Commence mission. Eliminate the pair of enemy nexts.
I can already see them.
This fog is thick. They've also deployed.
What fine sheep you are, both of you. Coming straight to the wolf's den for slaughter. Neither of you are getting out of here alive.
You say that, but I don't believe you.
GI dog, I'm gonna make you bleed.
This is Starka that we're facing off against first. I'm in range for grenade, the bazooka. I think he uses a sword too.
No, he's getting close range. Good thing we have that spread bazooka that there's a hop and you just blast him in the face.
Rate of fire on the hand-mounted sniper rifle is actually not bad.
Typical.
Confirmed.
Yeah, like
Star
the sniper
cannon's
cannon's slow,
down.
but to be fair, it's a back cannon. It should be slow.
Yeah, now the other one, Red Rum, this is one that's a pain to fight. Maybe the better radar tracking will make it easier.
Is get eyes on him a little bit faster.
Where are you? Behind.
Sneaky bastard.
Fog low visibility doesn't help either.
Oh yeah, it super doesn't help. That's like probably the one major thing that's gonna be a stopper.
Where did she go? See missiles. I think this is my AI partner.
I think it is, yeah. I'm seeing all the pink bits, which is usually associated with something to
Those are
hit.
Those are missiles, but I don't think the game distinguishes between friendly and enemy missiles.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, there. She uses like a slug gun, like a shotgun,
Oh.
which does a lot of damage.
Which means that she's also going to want to get in close range.
Yeah. We're laying hits though. The targeting is much better with this build than the one I normally use.
Yeah,
Oh.
so like you may be coming in close, but the lock is compensating for it.
Yep.
Yeah, shark name is. Oof.
That was assault armor. Got her.
Haha!
Joke is this?
Look
Wow.
at that.
That's more effective than my spray and pray build.
Please. Confirmed. Red Rum has been taken out.
Nice.
Mission complete. You managed to survive. That's the best we could have hoped for. Looks
Really?
like mission complete.
You did, at no point did you hope for better than just survival?
Well, because if I die, my operator's out of a job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be
been
much
better.
worse.
Okay, unidentified arms fort. This would be a good test on the range capability.
Yeah. Oh, we're on the way of saying I love almost all things giant robot, whether it's Gundam or obscure mech anime or even Armored Core. Can't wait for the sixth one. Like, the sixth one does look very, very cool.
Yep. I'm curious as when we're gonna get more information. Knowing FromSoft, they'll probably give us nothing until it gets closer to release.
And then,
It'd be
like,
nice if they do-
slowly feed us stuff.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they do a beta. If they did a PC
Oh,
beta,
that'd be amazing.
I definitely want to try it.
Here's the mission. The client is GA America. Your target is an unidentified arms fort spotted in the vicinity of Old Peace City. It appears to be an upgraded GA America model. Unfortunately, we have no further details to disclose. Even if we did, however, your objective would be the same. Find the target, and then destroy it. Before you rush off to battle, GA has authorized the use of support nexts for this operation. Come talk to me if you think you'll need them. And that's about it. This mission is dangerous, but you'll be reimbursed accordingly. We'll wait for your answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So for this one, same set of wing people. We could take Marygate again. It's up to you. You get to choose, Matt. I will say that Celebrity Ash tends to get punked out really quickly. Every time I've taken him, he's died in like the first 5 minutes.
Well, in that case, let's just not bother with him because he's just going to be just a drain on resources.
The Fika mission doesn't really matter because I don't have anything to spend my money on.
That's true. That's good. Let's go riding.
All right, let's tank off.
Tank battle.
Commence mission. Eradicate the unidentified arms fort. Information is spotty. Proceed with caution.
Arisawa Heavy Industries right in here. I don't know how much they told you, but you have guts taking this mission.
There it is.
What? Segments are splitting off. Careful, those Soltios cannons are operating autonomously. Segment-twisted bastards. Unleashing those monsters.
Balls of Doom.
Soltios cannon
Get a
destroyed.
load of those balls.
Relax, Soltios cannon destroyed.
Those do pretty decent damage. But I have pretty high-powered sniper rifle. Take them out, which is nice.
It's like, yeah, they can hit you from a distance, but you can hit them from a much better one.
Soltios cannon destroyed. Just one left. Target destroyed. Now take out the enemy arms fort. Let's finish this.
So at this point, we can just snipe this thing from far away.
You just keep popping it.
In fact, it might be easier if you just go right point blank and shoot with the bazooka.
Confirmed.
Yep.
All
Hey, look at
targets
that.
destroyed. Mission
Objectively,
complete.
way easier.
Is it over? If we can just hit the target, we won't lose. It's common sense.
Yeah, I got it, buddy. We're done. He hadn't even gone through all of his regular lines before we accomplished the task. S rank, baby.
Easiest S rank. No repair required. Barely any ammo. Well, a little bit of repair required.
could be worse.
Could be way worse.
Okay, we could do destroy Arteria Ulna. This one's got an interesting level. It's like a vertical canyon that you have to scale.
Huh. It'll almost be interesting, like, maybe for build for another time, to try a build that's just pure vertical boost.
Like infinite air.
Yeah, just when you jump, you hit the skybox instantaneously, kind of thing.
So this dude Thermidor is the head of this independent Lynx group called Orca. And their goal is to like stop the sky cradles, which is where most of humanity lives now, because it's screwing over everyone on the planet's surface.
Yeah. It's almost like vicious circles where people live on cradles because their Earth's fucked up, but being on cradles fucks up the Earth more.
You know what you're doing, what it will mean, don't you?
Alright, we can just keep moving. I think it's implied that by taking out the cradles where all the people live, you're not harmlessly taking out all these things that people are living on, so the cost of life would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
Okay, we're actually getting pretty good vertical carry. I don't need to bother with most of these enemies because our target's way up at the top.
Yeah. Essentially everything along the way is just it's ammo fodder.
Warning, you are leaving the combat zone.
Might be a little bit too high. Oh, there it is. I overshot it. Imagine you're stationed at one of these outposts and you just see a giant tank flying over the horizon directly at you, and it starts opening up with sniper cannon fire.
It's just like, I do not get paid enough for this. Bye. I don't get paid enough to deal with a death rectangle.
Okay, our target are all these cannons here. So we can get in close. Use our bazooka. Oof.
Ooch.
Well, these things have a lot of hit points. take
There we
a
go.
lot.
Combat damage at 40%.
I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't take a lot to kill the cannons. Let's see if that's our main objective. Do that first.
Confirmed. All targets destroyed.
Yep, didn't even need to bother with
Mission
fodder.
complete.
Oh well.
Eh. Still, it's still fun every once in a while to just knock stuff the heck out with some sniper cannons.
But yeah, if I hadn't bothered with that and I just went straight for all of the targets, we probably would have ended that faster with less cost.
Yeah, less ammo loss at the very least.
You can also take like a melee build in that and just go and start swatting everything real quickly.
Yeah.
You've shown me your answer. Welcome to Orca.
Okay, this puts us on the Orca path, I believe. But we also can do the arena. We could switch things
Yeah,
up
go
and
see-
see what we got here.
Might as well take a swing at some of the Orca folks.
Hari. Piloting the Krasnaya.
Pressing that.
So we didn't do order matches last time, but basically it's a one-on-one fight against the different next pilots on the arena of your choosing. So we can choose...
Yeah, we did some of the arena stuff last time, but
Oh, did we do the lower level ones?
yeah, we did a lot of the lower level stuff
Okay,
where you didn't really get to choose your arena.
let's do Kitasaki Junction.
Yeah.
I can't remember how this particular next pilot behaves. I'm gonna assume fast. Fast with like a laser cannon, looks like.
Oh.
See the AP for the enemy in the upper left.
Hey, he's still getting plugged pretty decent. Hear him trying to knee him past you.
Yep. They can get right in my face, that's fine.
Yeah, where you're taking out like 5,000 to health in a single shot.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Oh, holy shit.
That's the bazooka right there. Sniper cannon takes a pretty decent chunk off too. Wow, get plugged.
It ended. Holy shit.
Nice. Sometimes we unlock parts for doing these as well. Yoroi.
Yeah, that makes it worth doing. You might find something else that's fun and interesting to throw onto a build.
Heavy reverse-legged craft. Interesting.
Huh.
We can go
The PQ.
PQ. Yeah, we can go desert for this one. This is pretty much just an open area with no buildings.
Well, that means no cover for them.
Oh boy, what's that? That took off almost all my AP at once.
Oof. Oh, he just tore you up. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't use the assault armor super often. I definitely don't use it in next fights because it basically takes all your primal armor out at once, puts it on recharge. That and most of the targets seem too fast to get hit by that, but they also do it too. Something to be careful of.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll keep more of a distance. Well, I didn't eat the whole thing that time.
Yeah, only a little of it.
Oh boy.
Ruh-roh. Might need a different... might want to swap to a different build.
I could try and take Yellow Jacket in this one. Because this particular pilot doesn't move as quickly, being able to just lay on the fire with chain guns might be easier.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that just the sum of... the sheer sum of bullets, you're just going to melt them.
Let's try something else first. I haven't taken Azurite out yet. This one is a middle class build. It's got a bunch of high accuracy missiles on the back, and it's got the machine gun arms.
Oh.
So pretty quick, gets off the ground real fast because of those reverse jointed legs, and pretty high maneuverability, and a little more durable than the Rust Razor. But
Yeah, a little bit more oomph to it.
But a little squishy as a result.
Yeah.
But I want to see if I can use the missiles.
Yeah, way more speed now. That's much better.
Having trouble keeping sight lock though.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oof.
Well, those missiles are trouble. All right.
Yeah, they're just stomping.
And all else fails. Let's see. We wanted. Where's the arms? Maneuverability and stability. Guess I slept on these parts a little bit too much. See if that helps. We'll go for the city and try and box in the movement.
Cool. All of the bullets. All of the bullets. Oh yeah, there he goes. At this point, just stop wasting your fuel and take your lumps. Take the lumps.
I think avoiding getting hit by the assault armor was probably the biggest thing there. Again, not the most graceful and stylish play style, but lots of bullets.
Yeah.
Great
Nope.
Bloom.
Like, no one's gonna care about Grace when you're the winner.
Tochint. Whoa, I don't recognize those shoulder parts. Heavily reinforced assault armor, huh? Okay, so don't get close to this guy. This one we should probably do in the desert then, wide open space.
Oh, lots of side dashing. But doesn't really matter much when he slows down just enough to get
Lit up.
just absolutely. Oh, that was unfair.
You can't blow yourself up if you can't get close enough. Maltzel. This is one of the heads of Orca. Yeah, he uses a tank. I'm kind of curious to see how sniper builds work on this guy. In fact, let's try it.
Yeah,
We'll switch.
because if he ain't moving much, just sniper cannon him until he no longer exists.
I know he uses ranged missiles, so you can't really zone too much, but we'll try it. Maybe go wide open for this one too.
Yeah, make it so there's nowhere to hide, man. Sniper tank fight.
There are the missiles.
If there weren't so many like just little hits, it used to feel very much like that clip of that CGI Resident Evil movie where it's Chris Redfield and I forget who, like shooting at each other with handguns and rolling all over a roof. It was very much like.
Wow, that took the guy apart pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, more FRS memory.
Nice. Oh, might as well keep going.
Yeah, let's just keep hammering away to see how far you can get.
Gladitia. This is a tank.
With twin Gatling guns. Well, all you have to do is stay out of range of Gatling guns.
Thick shelling type craft, huh? Oh, these are the same Gatling guns that Yellow Jacket uses. Yeah, I wonder if we can outzone by just staying far away and sniping. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too slow. Wow, that's a lot of AP though.
Yeah, he's got a lot of health to chew through.
There's a Gatling.
I would say like once he gets into that like 400 to 500 range, I think that's when the sniper cannon would really.
think the problem with the sniper cannon is its slow rate of fire, though.
Yeah. It seems to be.
Oh,
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
thought I had more boost. Wasn't paying attention to my primal armor. That cost me the round. I was gonna try and boost out of his range and then rezone. Then my primal armor got melted too quickly. I'll try that again.
Get shoot at bush mage. It's almost like what might also work as a viable option for like playing for this is have builds like one that is explicitly for ballistic defense, one that's for energy defense.
Yep. That's what a lot of people do. So you basically retool depending on the loadout of the weapons on the enemy too.
Yeah. Like, knowing this guy has Gatling guns, I've seen there's a high ballistic defense.
I almost wonder how effective it'd be to go in with Yellow Jacket's loadout and just try and DPS race it, since I could probably outmaneuver, since that build is marginally faster than a tank.
Actually, Yellow Jacket would probably do the job because it's exactly that. You have A, more bullets, and B, more ability to dodge his bullets.
We could try it. We could try it with the long range FCS too. Let's see. This is the BFF 061. Did it keep all my tuning though? I don't think it did. Nope. I think I need to actually save the loadout with the tuning on. That's fine. Just do it like this.
Yeah, load it up with Schmidge, see what happens.
Also worth noting, on the design page normally, you would see like a little graphic that shows your next. But because of the graphic problems, you're getting like static, but you'd see like a little thumbnail of your mech.
And that would actually be pretty cool.
Long distance radar lock chain guns. That's such a silly idea. If you need to light something up from very far away.
If you need to fire 1,000 bullets 1,000 meters away, this is how you do it.
Can I hit from that far though?
Doesn't look like it. Looks like the spread's a little bit too.
Yeah.
You can, but it's not really. It's not doing damage.
No, I gotta be a little closer.
Oh, he's using back ones. That's why it's.
Be willing to bet this particular next is built for ballistic resistance, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
They're not bulletproof though.
Well, when you're shooting literally hundreds into one spot, of course it's not bulletproof. Even bulletproof glass gives if you shoot hundreds of high caliber bullets into one spot.
Split moon. Well, that's a cool looking one. Heavy assault craft, high powered laser blade. Well, we can see how effective guns are on this.
Yeah, if he tries to come in with a laser blade, just
Run away.
completely eviscerate him with back Gatling.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Guy closes.
Fuck. Oh, he's fast.
Okay, low defense though.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're just melting him.
But it would not take many swats from that sword though.
Oh yeah.
Like I think using the sniper build against that fight would be tough just because how quick it is.
Oh, parts.
We got the moonlight and the shoulder weapon, the 09 flicker.
Yeah, that L and I are a little bit close.
Do you have to buy the moonlight though?
I think don't they just give you?
I think because we've beaten the multipass, yeah, it just gives it to you. That is the FromSoft staple weapon, I believe. Left arm?
Yeah, the moonlight. There it is. Moonlight blade, oversized laser blade with amazing attack power.
18,000. Folks,
That is ridiculous.
I mentioned this in the other session. The Moonlight has been in every major FromSoft game, going back to I think Kingsfield. It is like their trademark weapon, and that is a wicked looking sword. 18,000? Is that the highest? I think it is, not counting the pile bunkers.
Yeah, not including pile bunkers. So out of laser blades, it is the best laser blade in the game.
Yep, it usually is. Yeah.
Average speed goes up massively. Well, to be fair, you'd be dropping the Gatling gun for it, so of course your average speed would go up.
It's too bad there's not one for each arm though. Unless I missed it. Oh yeah, there is.
You did.
So
So you could-
Rust Razor, just double moonlights. I'll have to try that before we finish up. It's
Yes,
funny.
let's try that on the next one. See what happens.
Like the next fight. Ooh, Old King. Lisa. Reverse-legged shotgun. Interesting. Oh, those are ballistic missiles. Fast.
Very fast. Fast is keeping decent range on you. not so much that you can't knock them down, but like.
Yep, just need a clear shot. There we go. Ooh, there's something. Get out of here.
Nice.
Asterism.
Julius Emery.
Okay, could try switch to sniping for this one. Unless you want me to try and go like double melee.
Let's give double melee a shot.
All right, give the old college try.
Remember, yeah, you took the back stuff off of off the. I would try that front booster
Yeah,
attachment for the back.
that's a good idea. You can put them on one side at a time too. I have no idea if that screws with your balance. Oh no, it does both. Okay. Yeah, okay, equips them both. That would be funny. Put one on and then all of a sudden it throws off how you boost.
Yeah, you just start spinning.
Okay, it can drop. I don't know how maneuverability and all these affect the laser blade weapons. Let's just see. This is going to be interesting. Trying to melee a lot of these AI opponents is not easy. They're so
Like,
quick.
they're so extra dashy.
Whoa, look at that range.
This is ultimate speed. Holy.
That looked like a pretty decent amount of damage.
Oh yeah. Okay, they're 26 through 17. I'll see what happens next time you give them a hit.
Oh, that was it.
They only got a light hit, so 26 through 4.
Yeah, I haven't landed any hits. I'm getting close.
Right, that was a decent, like 3,000 for that hit. Honestly, the one big kicker is just the fact that like landing a hit is harder than anything else.
Yep. But the weapon does have sort of an aim. You just have to have kind of line of sight and enough room to dash up close. It kind of paths because that's how the lock works for the swords. It probably helps with those boosters too. It's just very difficult to land hits.
Yeah.
Would be a pretty good build to take against the arms forts, though.
Oh yeah, insanely so, because like it would just fall apart. When you're double swinging with 18,000 damage.
Yep. In fact, I kind of wish I had that weapon unlocked for the final boss that you have to fight, or one of the late game ones. It's a giant flying arms fort.
Oh.
It's a flying arms fort with tons of armaments, and it uses assault armor, so you can't get close to it all the time.
Ugh.
I don't think we'll see it today, but it is pretty cool. It took me a long time to beat that yesterday. I said, I do not want to get stuck on this route for today's session.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I think I'm boned. I think I like this update to the loadout, though. I'm saving this over the previous one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try sniping. And then we'll see if we can drop this one, and then maybe we'll call it for today.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, blood tunic. Show me what you got. I'll go back to the city junction, try and box in that next.
It's rolling along the road there.
Speed of sound.
I mean, there's not really a city to escape from, though.
Stay right there.
Yeah, I almost think that, like, especially with sniping, it seems, especially with these guys, it feels like the best time to really hit them is to hit them immediately after they do a strafe dash.
Yeah, because they kind of pause and turn.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the AI, when they're airborne, though, will sort of hover and fire shots and not zip around as much. So, like, waiting for them to sort of hover in the air is almost easier than when they're boosting along the ground.
Yeah.
Out of position. "17 shots. Oh, okay. All it took was one.
There you go. And, like, how much is like for next time? Probably. I think that this one's the last one.
This is rank.
Oh, so two more.
I think. Well, we could try and push.
We can always hold for the next time as well, like, because it sticks.
Okay, that's fine too. I think there's this one and one after that. And then we're still a ways off from one of the endings. This Defeat the 8th Fleet is one where you're competing against the Stigro Arms Fort.
Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting to try later with the sniper build.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, we'll go ahead and save. Overall, I'm impressed with what you chose for Blood Tunic. This thing performs pretty well. It's done well against small targets. It's done pretty decently against other nexts.
Yeah, I think like the only thing really left to try with it is like, well, and the one arms fort, it once we got kind of a hang of the movement, took it out relatively handily as well. So like, with small stationary and small fast motion ones it can take, large fast motion it can take, and like honestly the larger arms forts, yeah, I don't foresee it having an issue with those either.
Clearly, the next option is to do a variant build with swords, melee tank.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't mess around with were the shoulder-mounted auxiliary weapons. I think they are auto-fire. You could throw something on like that on this and not worry about capacity. It's just more firepower.
Yeah, the other thought I had for a build would be like it's just walking missile bay, where it's just missiles on everything.
Yeah, that's what those look like. There's a whole bunch of different ones that are just shoulder-mounted additional things. I don't even know if they have their own toggle. I think they just fire. I don't know.
Yeah, they just go. They go and they cannot stop.
Well, cool. I feel like that is a good stopping point.
Yeah, lots of progress, lots of fun. A lot of building in there too.
I think we spent the majority of the time in the garage just looking at builds and parts.
And like you're saying before, that's like the majority of the fun, really.
You have to think about some ideas for a build for next time. Next time we'll probably try and finish the ladder on the order fights and then go into the mission progression. But I'm totally down for putting together some other types of next builds to take out through the missions as well. So in the meantime, your homework, Matt, is to think of some ideas for how to structure some stuff that you think would be fun to do. And then we can do it.
I can do that.
You can also send your ideas
to
to me ahead of whenever we stream this next, and I can just build them off stream and have them ready to go.
Yeah, that would work perfect. That way we can kind of just like, I give you a theme and you kind of work with that theme.
Yeah, I guess one thing that you wouldn't be able to do is see the parts, like see the numbers. So
yeah.
even if you just have like a general gimmick concept, you know, like let's do a shotgun build with high speed, shotgun strafe build. Figure out what you want to put into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely do that.
Well, let me see who is online. Oh, hey, one of my VTuber peers, Kondo Hurling, is online, and he's playing Mech Warrior 5. I feel like that is an appropriate
like a good
person
segue.
to raid. So let me go ahead and... I don't think I can turn off the music. Which I can just close this out. That's fine. And then we will go to outro. Get this loaded. And we will go ahead and commence the raid. So thanks to everybody for coming and hanging out today and watching us shoot things with giant robots. We'll be streaming For Answer again in the future, make some progress. I think next stream is Sunday for me. We're doing more Killer 7.
Yeah, and I know my next stream will be tomorrow. I'm going to continue prepping for the next title update on Monster Hunter.
Oh, that's right, you are streaming tomorrow. I'll see if I'm around. I'll be able to jump on.
Okay.
But
That'd be pretty cool. That way we can try to bust out some anomaly stuff. Maybe some of the rank 6 urgent stuff that I've been putting off doing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for tuning in, and also thanks to Matt for co-hosting. Now let us go raid Kondo.
Let's go say hi.